sometimes like there's those little obstacles that come your way that some people just don't get, and you get them.
Tonight we have the real Izzy.
Squirt, squirt! Let's go.
What is happening? How have you been? It's been a while.
Sorry for my happy button clicking with the camera, guys. I'm gonna give somebody a seizure. My bad. Seizure warning. My bad. I'm doing good. Hi guys. It's nice to be back. I haven't streamed in literally over a month, so it feels nice to just be in my element again.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed you were talking about coming back. So it's like, so did you take a break just kind of like to get away with some things and have some fun or what?
Oh, I just I wish I could say it's to have fun and take a break, but I just been like I don't know, like I have had the full opportunity to be able to stream. It's just like my mental has just not allowed me to. Like I'll be sitting, my bed is right behind my setup now. I had to move rooms, so um now that I've moved into another room, I'm in a smaller space, and I don't know if that contributes to how I feel the way I feel. Um because the setup is still the same. Like nothing
Yeah.
really changes the setup, So, um it's just me sitting in my bed wishing that I had the energy to stream and knowing full well that I'm able to, but choosing to instead force myself to just relax and. So it's just been me trying to tell myself like it's okay to not force yourself into doing things into going live. And I want to get myself back on track to the point where I don't just sit in my bed wishing and hoping that I could do these things and I can get this stuff together. And instead of allowing myself to not do anything at all and just sit there and wallow in however I feel, the goal this next couple months is to get myself into a schedule, and I wouldn't say force myself, but get myself into an actual schedule, because I feel like that's going to help a lot. So, I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I would like to stream. I've been wanting to stream. I just haven't done it. Just
Oh,
purely because I just chose not to do it. And it's been okay. I have a lot of the dogs are barking in the background. I know you can relate.
yeah, most
Sorry about
definitely.
that. Seriously though, why are they going so crazy? If I can hear them through this, I know you can hear them. So, my bad.
No, it's okay. Like I said, I'm surprised mine are actually sleeping. So
Yeah, see what you did? No. You're supposed to be the one in trouble, not me. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll get it figured out eventually. Um, but it's okay not to. I've had a lot of stressors in my life right now, and they have been overwhelming me past my in every core. And so it's been nice not to add on to the overwhelming situations that I've been going through and all the depression that I've been going through. Um, you know, I project myself very positive and very happy, and I am. I love life and everything, but it does not mean you don't feel the depression. And it's a
oh,
very dark feeling, and you want to hide that. You want to keep that to yourself for a reason, so you don't. A lot of the times people will be like, "Oh, you don't need to be sad and blah blah blah." Well, I know I don't need to be, but I am, and it's something that I can't seem to get rid of, and I've had for many years. You know, um, I've been uh, depressed for over 10 years.
oh
Doesn't
wow.
mean that I can't be a happy person at the same time, but there's this internal feeling of just darkness and sadness, and it just doesn't seem to go away. And so sometimes it does get the best of me. But I've learned over the years to kind of be friends with my depression. So, in a way. So when I do feel overwhelmed, instead of getting myself to the next level of going down dark into a deep hole where, that's when some really scary thoughts can really start happening, or
Yep.
you know, maybe you're just overwhelmed with life in general, right? And so I've learned to kind of befriend my depression in a way where I, instead of feeling that way, I accept it and I give myself time to rest. And I allow myself to be depressed and I allow myself to feel the emotions that I really am feeling. And it has been really nice because I haven't sank down deep into my dark hole in a very long time. For this past, 8 months or so that I've been trying something new and just allowing myself to feel. And it's been nice. But yeah, it definitely takes away a lot of other things and activities because you're focused on just being okay, which is fun.
Yeah. Well, it's just like we talked about, a little bit in the conversation when we finally got everything set up, just we tend to like pack everything on and want everything done, right then and there. And because I'm guilty of it too. It's like I told you, it's just like when I first started doing these things, it's like I wanted to be busy all week long. I wanted as many, guests I could have on doing it. And it to the point to where I burnt out like the second season. I was just like, okay, I'm done for a while. And it's just it's crazy. But no, I relate to everything about the depression and everything else. So it's like that little demon just he, sometimes I have no idea why it pops up. It's just
Yeah.
there.
No, like that's like that one almost that's such an accurate thing to say though. Like it's not that, it's not that life isn't good. And that's what people like sometimes just don't understand, like when they don't have the same feeling you do. Like a lot of people don't understand what I'm talking about right now. Like, or, they just don't get it. They're like, well, why do you let yourself feel that way? Like, fix it. Or, and in a nice way, they'll say that too, like, well, you don't have to let yourself feel that way. It's like, no, actually, it's like part of my body chemistry. Like it's like an actual thing that goes on in my mind that I can't get rid of. And so when you have this depression and you can't get rid of it, what do you do, right? And so my life for the past years has just been figuring out how to live with depression. And a lot of people can still be streamers even if they are living with depression. And something that I really liked about content creation and streaming is that it really helped turn my life around completely. Because when I started streaming, you meet these amazing people and you get to create your own environment and you get to like kind of put yourself out there in the most vulnerable way, whatever you decide to do, right? You could shelter yourself however you want to. You can, be whatever you really want to be and take pride in that. And it's something that you can be proud of and something that you can grow. And being able to see how you can grow your channel, you start to realize you can grow as a person too. And so that was kind of a big realization for me is like, oh my gosh, streaming has helped me want to grow myself. Like as much as I want to grow my channel because you can be very influential to people and, a lot of people out there really do feel the way you do or like enjoy just being around you and it's so nice to see that. And it's so nice to be able to bring joy into people's lives when you felt like for so long that everything was just so dark. And so, you know.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm just glad that throughout your break and stuff like that, that you kept up with like socials and kept everybody on, said hi every once in a while because I literally was there for a while. It's just like, okay, I haven't seen Izzy on in a while. What is going on? Then I would watch the socials and things would pop up. It's like I'm doing this and doing this. It's like, okay, at least I know she's okay.
Yeah.
But
Well, and I as a content creator, you really never want to stop anything at all, right? So I know that when I come back to Twitch, it's going to just be me for a little bit and, my amazing people that never seem to for
oh
some
yeah,
reason give up on me, which thank you. Really, I love you guys so much. Well, because it's almost like personal relationships. And
yep,
so you may not know everything about each other, but you know your favorite thing about each other. And knowing that part of somebody and being able to share that part of you with somebody is such a positive environment. And it's just amazing to know that we kept that even through all these breaks, even through no matter what kind of content I do. It's just a nice relationship I've developed with people as a positive influence, but also somebody when I'm down, that people care about me and they're also a positive influence in my life. So that's something that I'm so grateful to have created and to have opened up a room and space for people to kind of find those other people. And I consider myself extremely lucky in that sense. So I
Yeah.
know the numbers, they're not going to be great when I come back, but I know what the hell I'm doing. So I know when I do come back, we're going to bounce back great. So I'm not too worried about any of that. But that said, when you take a break, your algorithm gets hurt. When you
No,
take a
yeah.
break, your numbers get hurt. That's why you always should remain reliable in some kind of way. And so, social media, it really does not take a lot of energy to just post something to Twitter. You know,
Oh
it
no.
maybe
Like
it
I said,
takes.
yeah, like I said, just with the little, the little things that you posted when you were on, out in I think Cali, and out there with just the fact that I knew that you were okay. That just, I knew you were on your break, you were doing your thing, and that was refreshing for me that you
Yeah.
were okay.
Well, and it's and thank you for that, because that makes me feel good that I'm being watched out for too, in a sense that someone cares about my well-being.
Yeah, because
And
if I didn't see or hear from you, I was gonna send the dogs out for you, looking for you. That's for damn sure.
it's gonna make
But
me cry.
well, it's like I met Lizzie. It's been a year. It's what I just told her. It's been a year since we've actually sat down and talked.
God,
And
now I look like a baby.
oh, you're fine.
Tell them this is part of the act.
It is. It's part of that. We talked about
Sorry.
this prior. No. Um, no, but that's one thing too. Being in a community, being a content creator. It's like I said. It's one reason why I started doing this is because people don't understand what we go through as content creators. They think we
It's
just sit behind the camera and that's it.
it's so hard. Life is so fucking hard. And that can also include your streaming. And it can be a really overwhelming situation. And a lot of people, they choose to just ignore the fact that they're sad and it's overwhelming. And so, they just keep going and keep going and keep going. And it's like, well, that's not going to help you in the long run. And so for me, this break, like I'm even crying on my first stream back. It's it's a lot, right? For some people, and even though that some of us are very out there and open and great at content creation and positive people, it does not mean that, we're not overwhelmed up to we're not balls deep in overwhelmment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Uh, and so yeah, it's something that you just personally go through yourself, and it's okay to feel that way, you guys. And I I'm happy that you brought this podcast out in general, because I feel like a lot of people just avoid that kind of conversation because they want to remain a positive influence. And they want their channel to look good and their brand to do good. Like when you see like things go wrong in a business, people don't post about what's going wrong in their
Yeah.
business. They fix it behind the scenes, or maybe that they don't fix it and that leads to their business going down or something. Like I can relate in my job right now. In my own way, right? So
Yeah.
but yeah, so it's just important that you guys know, no matter how you feel, like maybe you don't even feel that way at all, that's sick, but it's
Yeah.
still you still, sometimes it's just a lot of work. And maybe one day you just want to say, you know what, I'm gonna just take the day to myself to just go relax. Those are important things to do, even if you're not really feeling depressed. You don't have to be feeling depressed to take breaks. This is just my story. I'm just overwhelmed with being a mother, you know and I have taken a lot of time this year to be a better mom, and it has been amazing, first of all. And so even though it hurts my streaming side and my side of content a little bit, you just can't beat being a good mom. You know what I'm saying? And
No.
so, and it's just such a beautiful thing because before I would get so stressed out that if I went and took time away from you guys, that you guys would just leave me and like all my progress would just go to shit. But it's like that's like a thing that you tell yourself. You know, that's only you. That's you in your head with your expectations. And it's important that you don't hold yourself back from things in your real life because you think that your channel is going to fail. And so, like, don't hold yourself back from being a good mom. You know, don't hold yourself back from being good at what you want to do or do something because it's not going to hurt your channel. You just have to learn how to adapt. And that's the stage that I'm on right now. How can I adapt with everything that we got going on to be able to continue to stream and to be the kick-ass mom and deal with this depression and whatever the hell you got going on, right? And there's a lot of amazing things going on right now for me. And so I can't wait for all of those to kind of coexist together in a comfortable way. And it can only make the channel better than before. So
Yeah.
nothing will get hurt. Everything will come back better.
And you don't have to, I mean, yeah, that is a big fear and that is a big worry on all of us. It's like, okay, you know, we all do it. That's the reason why you never see a streamer take a break, is because they're afraid they're going to lose their engagement. You know, they sacrifice their mental health, they sacrifice their families and everything else for the fact of they're afraid their numbers are going to go down. And in some cases, it's a reality. Some cases, it's not. I mean, but the ones that stick by you, just like your community. I know you. I mean, like I said, I've known you for a year. I've interacted on and off with you and your community, and you have a very tight knit community. So the ones that matter will always be there. I mean, not saying that the rest of them don't matter, but
Yeah.
the
Well,
ones that
I like what you said there because you know when you go viral, like I've been viral so many times, like for some of this, don't look that up, guys. Don't look any of that up. But these people, they'll come and you want to ride your wave when you have it, right?
Yep.
So when you do something like that and you make that impression on others because you're on somebody else's channel or you know you get this viral video for the one time, these people, if they really truly cared about your content, they're gonna be there for your content, which is so cool to see because I have found people that just truly care about my content and my stream and me. And then the other people that just don't seem to come back, it's okay, you know, because you'll go viral again one day, you know. You'll find a whole nother crowd of people that can come. You just have to continue to work hard. You know you did it once, you can do it again. But when you do have that wave of popularity, like I used to have 2,500 subs a month, 3,000 subs a month. You know, it was great. I was full-time streaming. I was streaming 12 hours a day. I was doing all sorts of stuff, right? I don't have that right now. Right now I'm at 0 subs. I haven't been live. But that's okay because, you know, when it did happen, when I was working hard at it was good. So I'm going to keep doing it and I'm going to put my energy and effort into something that I know is doing good. And that's okay. You know, you don't need to take a break if that's your mindset, right? If you're trying to make sure that you get the most out of what you're doing, that's perfect. I recommend and encourage that you do that. And when you're afraid of taking a break for that reason, I don't really think it's, you know, if you need to take a break, you should always take a break. But at the same time, if you're going to tough it out and do it, but have a game plan for when you get to relax and when you do get to take that break. Because you'll come to this point, and when this point does come, that's when you have to tell yourself, all right, it's time for the game plan. You know, it's time to rest. You know, I pushed myself hard. I did good. I'm proud of myself. I need to take a rest because if I don't, like, I'm going to go crazy. And you matter more than your stream does.
See, look at the chat. It says whether you're back 17 streams a week or 17 streams a year, we got your back.
Squirt, squirt! I'll see you in 10 years, gang. I was hoping I'd lose him as a viewer, to be honest. I've been trying to get rid of that one for a while. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, gang. Thank you, man. Lunar, hi. Can I read your chat and say hi to them for a minute?
Yeah, you can do. This is your stream.
It's not though.
Yes, it is.
I miss you guys. It's just so nice to be back and doing something. I actually work full time. I am a full time mother as well, and I'm kicking ass in life. So just because I'm not streaming does not mean I'm not going 100 miles an hour. I just haven't been able to go 200 miles an hour. So I haven't really been able to go live yet, but I'm almost there. Almost.
And that's what we were talking about the other night. You know, I can't remember who told me or where I heard it, but you know, they always sit there and say, always leave them wanting more. You know, so I think the ones that, I mean, my opinion, because I did it, you know, I streamed, I went to work, came home and streamed 7 days a week, you know, and didn't even realize I was doing it because it was just, I was infatuated with it, addicted to it. And then I come to the realization, it's just like, oh my God, you know, I haven't seen my wife in like, I don't know how long. I haven't seen, you know, haven't paid attention to my animals.
Hi.
Ah, that's the little one. Hi there.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
You have to pour these.
Hi. You got some cool glasses.
Yeah, they're just for a TV.
Oh, they're just for TV.
Yeah, for screen.
Ah. Does it help you see it better?
Uh-huh.
Are you looking at yourself right now? Yeah, he's the one talking to you. Look at him. Look,
How are
he's
you?
eating.
Good.
Good. How old are you now?
6.
You're 6.
The camera's up there.
I'm 6 years old.
You're 6 years old.
You're talking in here.
Yeah.
So how's school?
Good.
Good. Are you learning anything?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you like your teacher?
Yeah. It's a nice teacher.
It's a nice teacher.
Yeah.
Do you like math?
Yeah.
Ew. Mommy didn't like math, so I'm glad she does, you know?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I only have math centers. Math centers are easy.
Math centers
I
are easy.
can zoom them up.
It's nice that somebody thinks so. Math centers were like a nightmare to me. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm going to get in trouble again.
Yeah. Yeah, math was not my favorite class. What a little legend. Yes.
All right, I love you. I'm going to get back to it. You can have that now, okay?
Thanks for stopping in.
He said, thanks for stopping by.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're so welcome, you know.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Such
Anytime.
a princess.
No, that's awesome. You know, that's just it. I mean, you do put in, you know, between job, family. I mean, I mean, is that one of the things that you've kind of like, when you took your break, you finally realized it's like, okay, now I know how to prioritize things and how to make the goals to keep things going?
It's actually kind of funny because I first started my break, like last year, one of my goals was just to be a better mom. So it started with that, right? Because I knew I needed to start seeing my daughter more because now she's getting to an age where she's more interactive and she needs more attention. And so, yeah, I could give her less attention and focus on me. But at the end of the day, it matters the most when they're young. So I really had to make a change in my own, like, because that's what I feel as a mother needs to do. And it's okay if other people disagree with that opinion. And, you know, we all have different opinions on things. But the results are just incredible. Like, that little girl is so happy. And she's, like, it's just, like, you know, when you do something and you're just proud of it, it's just, I'm just so proud of her, you know. And I know that really helped a lot with her development and everything. So,
Yeah.
And yeah. So that said, I thought maybe that I could figure out how to prioritize a little better. And every time I've thought I got my priorities straight, it turns out something else comes into my life, or, you know, like I have a boyfriend now, so that's kind of odd. I didn't think I was gonna date again. So here I am, you know, dating
Congrats.
somebody, and it's, well, thanks. But come to find out, having a boyfriend takes up some time in your life. You know, you can't just see them once a year. So so you kind of have to make some adapt to that as well, because your partner deserves your attention just as much as your child would, you know. But your child always comes first, of course. But
Yeah.
you know, you
No,
want to
that-
be able to bring attention and time to the people you love. And so how do you prioritize that? So then, you know, I think, okay, well, I got this finally figured out. And then, you know, here comes Birdie walks into the picture, and I'm like, fuck, I haven't streamed in a week because I've been hanging out with this guy. like what is wrong with me, you know? And I just like, so I mean, I was like, you got to start streaming.
Oh,
So I
you
got-
got him. Oh,
so
you
he's-
got him to start streaming.
Yeah, and he loves it.
Oh,
And
nice.
I love that, because then we could start gaming together, and like I could be live while hanging out with him in my own way. So
Yeah.
that was really nice. And so then I found a way to kind of incorporate that into streaming a little bit. And then, you know what? Here comes full time at the bar. You know, now we're working full time. And so now everything is like completely changing again. And so it's just been a bunch of adapting to change and figuring out how I want my life to work. And it's okay. Like, I'm actually super excited about it, because before it was just streaming was one of my biggest priorities. And that's fine, you know? But now that everything has changed around in my life, I have been making a lot of progress in the real world. And I'm feeling like this big bar of relief. And it's just so nice to feel that way.
I was going
To
to say
feel
that
like
is so
you're-
good.
It feels so nice. And gosh, nothing can really defeat that, you know? The fear of your channel not doing good just doesn't compare to when your life is doing better, you know, and you're on the right track. And everything else will come together when it comes together. And I truly believe that. Even though you could still be overwhelmed and everything, but I truly believe that everything's about to come together here soon. And it just takes some time to adapt and change and figure out how to get everything working together, which is cool. I'm with it. I've been with it. I'm ready.
I've never been a big, you know, you always hear manifest, you know, manifest this, manifest that. And it's like, oh, yeah, you know, okay. But I put that into perspective this year. That was one of my resolutions that I never make because I can never hold to them. But I was just like, okay, I'm going to put into a resolution that, you know, what we talked about earlier is like, I've got one goal that I want to achieve. And once I get that one, then I'll figure out another goal.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to look into the manifesting what I want done. And so far, when I you know, because I do stray from it, it's like, yeah, like we all do, that little self-doubt demon still pops up every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think,
Well-
manifest.
Yeah, I like that, because, well, even if you don't use the word manifest, and I do, like, manifest it. What do you know what's the definition of manifest?
To bring into existence, isn't it?
So, I don't know, let's look that up real quick. Fuck it. Yo, Google, where you at, though? We're trying to holler at you. We're trying to get a click in, you feel me?
Of course, you put manifest in, you get everything else but the definition.
Oh, shit. Here, want me to help you?
I never turn down help
Google's
anymore.
getting the 2-for-1 right now. Manifest definition.
Well, apparently, if I could spell it right, that might work too.
Okay, manifest means it's clear or obvious to the eye or mind, to display or show a quality or feeling by one's acts or appearance, demonstrate. Manifesting is demonstrating, or to make it clear and obvious, it's in your presence, in your mind, something that you're going to do, right? So you're going to manifest it. So when I hear manifest, yeah, you're going to make it happen, right?
Yep.
I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to make that fucking happen. But yeah, I think when you're developing that mindset towards manifestation, right? Or I don't even know if that's a word, but we're gonna make it one.
Yeah, it is tonight.
I think it's been amazing to surround myself with positivity. Like I can't post about it enough. I can't say it enough. If you don't surround yourself with positivity, you really should start. Like when I say it, it's not like a cliche at all. It's just having reminders constantly around you to remind you to keep going and to do good and that you got this, and you know, to love yourself throughout every process. You know, it's like I have this app called I Am, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just bought it because it sends me like daily quotes.
Oh, okay.
And it's just today's quote. I let every worry go. And it's just so nice that in the middle of your day, you just get this notification that says, I let all my worries go. Because you know what? I'll be worrying like a motherfucker in the middle of the day. And I'm like, oh shit. And then that thing will pop up and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let that shit go right now, you know? So it's like, why am I stressing about this? So surrounding yourself with positivity really does help when you are in those headspaces of negativity, because it reminds you, hey, get back on track, you know? Hey, like let's think this way now.
Yeah. Bless you.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So
Gesundheit.
thank you. Yeah. And I personally, something that I started with having more positivity around me was all my socials. Like if something pissed me off, you're gone. Like if something was just like always irritating me all the time, I got rid of it. You know, and then I started following hashtags like on Instagram, inspiration, motivation, growth, you know, all the hashtags I can think of that were positive or relating to like maybe being a good mom or, you know, parenting, good mother, you know, love, things like that. And now every time I go on to my socials, I'll see like some video of some guy sticking something up his ass, and then the next one, and the next one is a nice positive quote to let me know that I'm doing good. So it's just like intertwined, you
Yeah.
know, with your, you know, you could still have some fun and you could still have your hobbies and everything on there, but also it's just nice to incorporate those positive thoughts into your process.
Yep.
And so, yeah. Not that I actually watch people stick stuff up. It's a joke, guys. Don't look at me weird, okay? Don't judge me.
Hey, sometimes that social media, that algorithm just hits you in the wrong direction.
I swear I wasn't Googling the wrong thing. I turned the ads off. You know, I don't know why it recommended that for me. So yeah, it's just nice, and that really helped, because then once you start seeing more positivity in your social media, you almost kind of become it. So I started posting out something that stood out to me, you know. So now my social media is a mixture of everything as well. And sometimes when something really stands out to me and changes my day, like I'll get a quote that really just throws me around the right direction, and I'll post about it. And I'll try to motivate other people to feel the same way, just as that thing did to me. And so that has become nice in my space of social media to remind other people to do the same. And so then you start doing that, you start putting out this good energy into the world, you start allowing those good positive thoughts and quotes come your way, and then you start meeting positive people and you start surrounding yourself with that, and you realize like, okay, I feel like my quality of life has gotten a little bit better because now I'm surrounded by positiveness and not negativity.
Yep.
So now I'm not being drained by negative things. And when I do see a negative thing, I have more positivity around me, so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't suck me in. Because it's just one little speck in a world so full.
And that's a good point. I mean, yeah, because even though I know as a human race, we like thrive on negativity. That's just, I don't know why. It's just like one of the mysteries of the world is
It's
as a
because of that
human.
bitch Gina, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Damn
a Gina,
parent.
so.
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. It's just like, you know, and the mood of everybody around you will change your mood. And it's so, yeah, but I to this point, and I don't think anybody knows, it's like I said, it's one of the mysteries of the world, why we thrive on negativity. I mean, this is just like Twitter. Twitter's really big on, you know, you can tell the ones that have like the biggest numbers and the biggest interactions and the biggest engagement on Twitter or actually any social media is usually 99% of the time they're either hostile, negative, or just out of their mind.
Drama.
Yeah.
Drama. Well, and I think because drama sells, you know, and sex sells, drama sells. You got a lot of these big things that make you money and get you attention, right? And so when you see all of that having such a big impact on the whole world, you kind of become part of it, or you get entertained by it, right? Like it's almost like it's kind of crazy. Like I've been watching all these crime shows. It's entertaining to me that someone got killed, but like not entertaining to me that somebody got killed. Like, but I'm watching these crime documentaries of serial killers, and I'm like, you know, I would never want that for anybody, but we're entertained by it, you know. And so they have this huge network of crime and killing and all this stuff, right? And so why is that popular? Well, because we get entertained by it. You know, it's not something that we're used to in our daily lives, so it entertains us. And so I feel like that's also a part of why it is so big, the negativity, because it does bring attention, right? And so you see a lot of these content creators. Like today, I saw this thing on Twitter where this girl was at the gym lifting. She got her nice little booty out, you know, and this guy walks by. But all he was doing was asking to, you know, use the machine behind her. And she was like, this fucking guy's all staring at me and whatever, like, and it's like, no, he was just asking you to use the machine and just being nice, you know, checking on you. But people, it's just like this mindset you develop, right? And if she had developed a positive mindset, I can almost guarantee she would have never had that attitude toward that guy. Yeah. And so you could kind of see who is in the positive mindset and who is in the negative mindset the more you develop a positive mindset. And so you start to see a little bit more clearly how people are unhappy with themselves versus people who want to do better and be better. And you don't judge them for that. You just start to understand it, you know? Like, you know what? That's okay that you're doing these shitty things. You just need some positivity, you know? I'm sure you just need something in your life to help you feel better.
And that's just it. They don't know how to control that. So that's the only thing they know. They lean towards that because it's a comfort to them. Yeah, that's my theory.
Well, I relate because when I was a stripper, and so when I was working, yeah, I liked the attention. You know, I really enjoyed the attention that it gave me because I wasn't getting any of that, and I was so sad and broken inside, you know, that you just constantly needed this you got validation, right? You almost needed to be validated because you knew you didn't like yourself. And so this is just me personally, right? And so I just didn't like me. And so I did all these things to get the attention from all these people, and it didn't make me feel better about myself. It made me feel worse, and it brought me down a really dark path. And that was not fun. And so when I see that in other people, I see myself in that position I was in of just not liking who I am and being ashamed and just constantly needing other people to tell me I'm good because I didn't think so, you know. And so you get that's what you do. You attach yourself to that. Sometimes you get distracted by that, so you don't have to look at the person in the mirror that you're not happy with.
Yeah.
And I understand a lot of people in that way, and they just need to mature and they just need to figure it out. And until they look at themselves in the mirror and say, I really just want to be better. You can't control other people. Fuck it. If they don't want to, then that's on them. You don't need that. Remember I said, you could just remove that from your socials.
Yeah.
You can just get that on out of there if it pisses you off. You don't have to have that in your corner. But you can wish them well. Like, I'm just going to wish you well, and I'm just going to do what I can focus on. And that's me.
And see, and now with Twitter, you can remove yourself from posts you don't want to be tagged in anymore. So if you don't want to be tagged in the Twitter posts that are being negative or follow that person, or you can mute them or you can block them, you know, or you can delete them. There's always a delete key. So
sometimes I troll them.
Oh, I do.
And I take it too far. And then And then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And so then I'm all trying to delete all my stuff, and I'm like, it's still out there. It's still out there. My bad. You know, and I'm just like, that was dumb. It's okay to have spurts of, nobody's perfect. Just because you have a positive mindset and you're surrounding yourself with positivity does not mean that you don't engage in those things. You're
Oh,
not Miss Perfect. You're not Mr. Perfect. We all are human, at the end of the day. But it's helpful, okay? Like, no, I don't have my shit together, okay? I do not have it together, but I'm in a good direction. And that's what matters, is that we are in a good direction, pacing forward. And yeah, you know what? That doesn't mean that everything is put together. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing sometimes, but then I do. Like, I think one of the biggest things that relates to that is when you know that you could do better, but you still just sit there thinking about it and you just don't do it. And you
yeah,
just don't fucking make the effort and you just don't do it. And that right there is what makes you feel like shit. Because you're just like, damn it, I should have just did this. I'm
yeah.
like talking about, hi,
Where's my fruit snack?
I don't know. You're the one that had it.
Yeah,
I think you put it on my dresser right there.
I can't see it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, go get a different one. Hey, this is a fruit snack intermission.
Intermission.
Thank you.
Sponsored by no.
Sponsored by Kroger, off-brand, only 99 cents at the dollar store. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like it could be something as simple as brushing your teeth. And I know it's like a silly thing, but when you lay down and you're tired from a day and you're like, I need to brush my teeth. And this is me. Sometimes, I'm just like, fuck. I'm not going to move from this bed. And I'm just not. I'm just not going to move from this bed. And then I'm like, but I still think for the next hour, like, I should just go brush my teeth real quick. And so then I just started doing it. I just started forcing myself. It's something so easy as taking care of yourself that could be these thoughts that
Yeah.
you're disappointing yourself on. Like your body's literally telling you to go brush your teeth. You could still feel that broccoli in between. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you have bad teeth, but just things like that. Like go take care of yourself. Like when you're thinking about it so much, just do it. Just act on it. Like if you have to think about it more than 10 times in a row or 5 times in a row, 2 times in a row, that's you telling yourself that you really want to do something and you're holding yourself back from either just lack of motivation or I don't know what it is, but you just have to start getting yourself to just go do it, especially like when it comes to taking care of your body. And so I feel like and that a lot of people can relate on that because taking care of yourself can be really hard when you're going through things. Like just the
Yeah.
simple thing like brushing your fucking teeth. Like I really
Brush.
just want to
Yeah.
brush my teeth without having to feel like it's a chore. It's really hard sometimes when something as simple of a task as that actually takes that much energy out of you. It's crazy how people don't understand that some people feel that way.
Yeah. No, I mean, mine is getting up in the morning because I'm not happy with my 9 to 5 that I do. I'm trying to, like I told you, I was trying to find something different,
Yeah.
but it's something I've got to do until I can find something different. But yeah, I'm to the point now is like I'm not motivated to get up in the morning.
Mhm.
I took a break. I took a short break. Like it's the first of the year. Took some time off of work. Took some time off just to kind of focus on this. This is what to play around with this a little bit and get this up and going. And I figured it's like, okay, I'll take a break, not go to work, and I'll be better. Yeah, and I've been back, and I still struggle with it every morning getting up to go to work.
Mhm. Well, it's tough when you're unhappy with just it, like when something just stresses you out more than it provides you any kind of good, and it's
Yeah,
hard. And it's really hard, and especially because you have to pay your bills and you want to be responsible, but you haven't really quite found that next step for you because you're you're being responsible. You really are, and a lot of people take that risk to just leave and do that, but some people aren't in the position to do so, so they kind of have to chug out, you know, some shitty situations at their work environment,
yeah,
and you know, I'm sorry that you're going through that because, you know, you deserve better. And I'm glad that you know you deserve better because some people, you know, they just don't leave. And, you know, I'm glad that you're thinking about it and you're starting to put yourself in a position to leave potentially here in the next year.
Hopefully,
So
yeah. I'm manifesting
hopefully. Yeah, and I know you'll figure it out.
it. Yeah.
You know, even if it's just like a little bit of a pay cut, if it means that you're happier and you wake up and you're ready to work every day, that kind of just changes the quality of life right there. Just by just, you know, just like that.
Yeah. And that's kind of like with streaming and stuff like that, you know, with creators. I mean, this job or this doing this will burn you out, I think, quicker than anything else, you know, like we talked about in the beginning, especially because you're looking at numbers, you're looking at stats, you're looking at all this. And then on top of that, you got all your IRL, you know, that you have to deal with. So stepping back, yeah.
Can I get an amen? Like,
so stepping back, even if it's for a day, just completely shutting not even turning your computers on for the day and just sitting on your couch watching Netflix and chilling.
oh,
you know, and staying away from social media.
Wait, you're Netflix and chilling, dog? Oh,
I love the Netflix and chill.
make some time. Let's go, dog. Sorry.
I mean, I've got to the point now, it's like, because I used to stay on till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning just messing around with things, even after I got off stream. I don't do that no more. As soon as I'm done with this, you know, I shut my computers off and I turn on the TV and I just chill out.
I'm going to be honest. Last night, you know, like when you stay up too late and you probably shouldn't, but you like get attached to your phone or something, right?
Yeah, every night.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So last night I have this game I downloaded on my phone that I've been playing. It's a slot machine game because I'm a degenerate, but it's free, so I don't spend any money, but I get the satisfaction of going to the casino in my own home. And so it's like and all I do is sit there and just constantly tap my screen 1,000 times a second. And yeah, I stayed up till 4 a.m. doing that last night, and I'm not very proud of myself, but I didn't know it was 4 a.m. until I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, I have a problem. Like, why didn't I just go to bed? Like, and now the next day, today, right? And today I just woke up with the shittiest cloudy mindset because I just did not allow myself some sleep. So it's something I struggle with sometimes, but like I know better, you know better. You should just turn your phone off and go to bed. It's just so hard because like I'm just trying to beat the leaderboard right now on this this slot machine. And so I really don't want this guy to beat me. And so that was my justification for staying up till 4 a.m, having to wake up at 8 o'clock to get my daughter ready for school, you know, because she slept in because mommy slept in, so for 4 hours. For a whole 4 hours. Yeah.
No, I'm not with you. I know. I totally relate. I totally relate. It's just like, because it's like I said, the last few nights, even though that I get off of here, like I said, I still jump, you know, because like I said, I don't, when I'm up late, I don't bother my wife. So I bought a futon just to put in here just for that case.
She will hurt you.
Yeah. That
Don't
way,
you fucking wake me up, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why I moved rooms too, because now I'm not next to the bedroom anymore. So she doesn't pound on the walls anymore.
Yeah. That's good. But at least she's giving you like that space though. So that's nice that you guys are compromising.
So, you know, we take the weekends out, and when I don't do anything, when I'm not doing a show or something like that, you know, I usually don't come online until after 9 o'clock if I'm going to stream on my channel. And
good.
So, but yeah, she usually, like I said, I crash on the futon, the dogs crash with me, but yeah, I'm the same way. I'll turn on the TV after I'm done, and I'll find a show that I haven't watched in like forever.
And then you watch the whole season in one evening. Like, oh well, I'm glad that I looked at that show today. It's
Yeah.
done now.
Then it's like
Just
turn
like
around, look
that.
at the clock, and it's like it's 3 a.m. and it's like, oh my god, I got to get up in 2 hours. It's like, yeah, this is gonna be a fun day.
And it's not. You feel like
Mm.
shit. You're
Yeah.
tired. You're grumpy. You know, you're drained. And then you're like, damn it. Why did I do that?
Yeah, today was really bad because I woke up because it was warm here yesterday, and it's like, okay, I ain't got to worry about, because I was all set to go out for my job this morning, so I didn't have to worry about that. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna sleep in just a little bit while I go outside, and the freaking windows are all frosted over, and I'm like, oh man.
Oh,
So
man.
that just put me in a bad mood because every time because I don't, my heater don't work very well on my truck, so it's like I ran out of windshield wiper fluid to help defrost the windows. It's like,
Yeah.
so I'm like driving like every 2 blocks and pulling over and scraping the windshield. It's like, oh, this is going to be a lovely day.
And that's another good point. Like, some people don't have like stresses like that in life because they have working and functioning vehicles, or like I personally am a hoopty proud hoopty owner. So like my first car was a 2001 Chevy Cavalier and
Heck
on
yeah.
a salvage title, but the back door was a different color than the whole rest of the car, and you could see through it. There was this little gap in the car that you could see through. You could literally see through the car into the seats. And it would snow, but no snow would get in there. It was amazing. It was incredible. I have no idea how nothing ever got inside on that through that little space that you could see. And it was a shitty car. It was so bad. But it got the job done, and it
Yeah.
didn't cost me $800 a month that I couldn't afford, So sometimes you have those things, but you'd wake up in the morning and you don't have that you have to go manually do everything. And your heater doesn't work very good. So you have to sit there for 20 minutes trying to figure out how you're going to see. And if you don't have 20 minutes to try to figure it out, you're going through some interesting stressful situations on the way to work or wherever you're going, And so I relate to that in my own way. My Tahoe right now actually does pretty good, but yeah. Some people don't even have snow, so good for fucking you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Some of you live on a beach, okay?
Yeah, so I get to walk outside and enjoy the nice 80-degree weather all year round.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure they have their own struggles too. But
Oh,
I'm just saying, yeah, it's it's hard. Sometimes like there's those little obstacles that come your way that some people just don't get, and you get them. But when somebody's like, "Oh yeah, you're late because of your windshield," you're like, "Yeah, I am. Do you want to pay for my car? Like, do you want to replace the $400 it's gonna cost to make the heater better?
Yeah.
Because I don't. I sure as hell am not gonna.
It's like, if you can get me the money, I'll go get it fixed
I will
today,
do
but
it right away if you just pay for it, for sure. But yeah, and then people are like, "Well, why don't you just save money and do it?"
those are the people that never had to
Don't worry about me.
Yeah,
Just don't
exactly.
worry about me, okay? There's reasons why I prioritize other things instead of the $400 heater. Like, there's a reason I freeze myself off in the morning because I care about a lot of other things more,
Yeah.
You
Mine's
make some
usually- mine's-
sacrifices.
And then also procrastination. It's just like, I know it needs to be done every year when it's warm outside. And it's like, oh, I've got plenty of time. The next thing I know, it's 30 degrees outside again, and I'm doing it all over again.
Oh, no. Hey, we all do it. Some people don't, but they're, good for them for being nice and on top of their shit. Some people are just on top of their shit, and I just applaud them. You should actually look up to people like that more. Like people who have the life that you want. You know what I'm saying? Don't be jealous of them, but like look up to them, because when you see somebody that is successful and has their shit together, become that person. Like you put yourself in the position to be around that person more, because that's just so motivating. You really want to be like that person. So shit. Surround yourself with them. Ask them questions, Be more like them. Like you see that their lifestyle is choosing to just do this, like maybe you need to start choosing to do that more, and it can only benefit you. And it's baby steps. You're not, adapting that positive mindset to growth. It is so it's about your effort that you make Because if you don't make any effort, you can surround yourself with all the positivity you want, but nothing's going to go anywhere. But it's nice to at least keep your mind looking forward, because that's the first step, is making sure that you change your mindset to want to do better. And because now that you're surrounded by that feeling of wanting better and wanting more, now you become a little bit more dangerous into the perspective that you're going to actually do some things, because you're that's what you're putting your mind and energy towards. And so now you just have to learn how to act on it, and now you have to get yourself going and how can I make this happen? And you just have to start putting that first, you know? Like, I need to just start doing this more. I have to say no to this in order to get this. And you just tell yourself that every day, every single day. And even if you're failing at it, just keep reminding yourself that that's who you're going to be one day. Because I know you might not be there, but if you tell yourself enough, and you keep telling yourself and you keep telling yourself, and you make all these realistic ideas of how you might be able to do that, or, you know, like brushing your teeth every night.
No,
eventually, you're just going to brush your teeth every night, you know? Eventually.
And making realistic goals. Realistic, that's the key point. You know, don't make these off the wall goals that I've seen some people do out there. It's just like, you know, I want, 100,000 subs by this date or what. It's like, no, those aren't realistic unless you're just immaculate at what you do. I mean,
yeah, I think it's nice to have a variety of goals, because you should always have dreams, because those are the things, like when you're a kid and you look up to people, those are the things that inspire you. So it's always important to have those inspirations, even if you may never achieve them, because it's just the idea of the dream that you created for yourself. And you don't ever want to lose sight of that sense of yourself, because at one point that's what you really wanted. And you get to see the progress along the way of who you really become. Whether it's that person that you thought you were going to be, that you dreamed of being, but then along the journey, you find out who you are, and you become that person, and you become that stream, and you become that content, because that's who you have created yourself to be, with all the hard work that you have developed and all the goals that you have been able to take care of along the way. You have your small goals, you have your large goals, and you have your dream goals, and you have all these other goals that aren't so realistic, but all of them tie together in the process of growth. And in order to do all of them, they all need to coexist together. And it's amazing, because when you do start to succeed and reach these milestones for yourself, sometimes it's not what you thought it was going to be. Sometimes you could never have expected who you turned out to be in the end. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to have the opportunity to network with. You know, a lot of people get really lucky, and it's not all luck in this industry. It's about how you treat people, and how much effort you make in networking, and you never know where you're going to end up. But I mean, I believe, so feel free to disagree with me on this next subject, but this is how I can relate. It's I believe in God, right? And so God has his plan for you. You hear that all the time, right? Like, God has his plan for you, and you create your own plan, and it will fail, because God's plan will always succeed. And so it's kind of almost like that, in a sense, right? That you're going to say you're going to do all these things and all this stuff, but the real plan, the one that's going to happen, it's coming. It'll come to you. It'll come to you with all your hard work, dedication, and if you can put all of that in it, nothing bad is going to happen to you, because you're doing your best. You're working hard. You're doing everything you can. And even if it doesn't go the direction you expected, look at what you've created in that moment, And so that's where that kind of comes from. It's just worded differently. But sometimes you just realize when you're there, like, man, I was over my head thinking that this is what I was going to be. Because realistically, right, back to the realistic goals, you find that not everybody has it the same in this industry. And so you can't really compare yourself to other people if you want to be different. So you don't even know what you're going to become yet because it hasn't even been created.
Yeah.
But when you are that, you work toward it and you become that different thing because you're not trying to become somebody else. Maybe you're trying to have the money that these other streamers make so you could be successful. And so you could successfully just stream or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Numbers, influence, whatever it is that you're trying to get out there or get up to. If you can always try to want that, but when it comes to like actual content and everything else, nothing's going to be the same. Otherwise, you're just going to be the same as somebody else that already exists. And so, don't over compare yourself to other people. But like I said, look up to them, right? Be inspired by them because it's okay to do that. It's okay to want to be more like people that you want to become like. What is this little girl doing?
She peeking around the corner.
Hey, Everly.
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I'm stretching.
Oh, you were stretching.
Stretching.
You know it's bedtime. Can you go brush your teeth for me?
Aww.
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 It's school day. Tomorrow's your last day, so you can stay up tomorrow late. Not tonight.
I'm trying to find where my flu shot got.
You don't need to feel it. It's just gonna hurt if you feel it. She got a flu shot today.
Oh.
It's right here. Oh, you can't be on camera with your shirt off. What are you thinking, crazy?
Mom, is this a game?
Yeah. You know what else can be a game? Brushing your teeth for your mommy.
What is this game called?
I'll tell you after you brush your teeth.
Okay.
Okay. I love it. No, it's true. I mean, no, I agree with you. Looking up to somebody, but being unique. Try to find, if you find somebody that you want to, kind of not really mimic, but you want to look up to, and then put your own take onto it. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it's a.
But it becomes you gotta.
Okay. Guess we're turning into that streamer tonight. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Better. Jeez. Yeah, it's so fun, you guys. It's such a journey. You have to look at it as a journey, and it is so important to have. I feel like what Dog is doing on this podcast is something that you guys should incorporate into your own content in some way or shape or form. Whether while you're gaming, you're talking about stress or mental health or some way, I think it's important to alleviate a level of being real with people, just being real about life, because I don't think there's a lot of people that do that and influence that, and it's such a beautiful thing to see. It really is. And there can never be enough of it. And that's something I really appreciate about this segment that you're doing, is that, I mean, it even got me out of it got me out. And that says a lot to me about the kind of person you are, because it takes one to know one, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really nice because I really needed that motivation, and it's just you can't get enough of that in the world. People that
No.
help others like that or can make an impact like that for other people. And so, for what he did for me to get back up here and get back streaming, and I'm not even live right now, but it just feels so nice to be in front of the camera and the mic and talking to somebody and just talking about life, because of just purely for the content of mental health and other people. That is something that I just love investing my energy and time into. And there's a lot of people that are successful in the world that just do the same thing, and you never know who you're going to meet when you have that kind of attitude. There's a lot of people who are successful that help other people become successful And a lot of the times they're also big on being real with people and helping others. And, you know, that you can utilize that in a positive way and network with people in that aspect too. And a lot of the time when you meet somebody successful and you ask them if they want to become part of that and motivate other people, that's something they really yeah, that's good.
Can you tell me a game?
Huh?
Can you tell me the game?
Yep, it's called Operation. She didn't forget.
No, she did not.
Well, I think you have to blow up this game.
She's-
I saw the video.
I'll be right
of that.
back.
I saw the video this time.
Isn't it cool? We'll have to play it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
like-
that is a fun game. I remember that game. That was the most
Oh.
aggravating game ever.
that face right now.
Oh, aggravating.
Hey,
The funny
Mom.
bone.
My
The funny bone was the worst.
Mike,
What?
I want to go in your lap.
You want to say hi again? Want to come say hi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zeta, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling me a dork. I feel like a dork. I am a dork. I love being a dork.
Mommy, can you...
Dorks don't fail at
Hey,
Operation.
Mom.
I'm just kidding. Oh, you want the headphones too? Sorry, guys.
And this
Hi.
stream is brought to you by. How are you?
Good?
Are you tired yet?
Okay, you have to start a conversation if you're going to be up here. What are you going to talk about?
I like this disco ball, and it has some disco bumps on it.
That is a pretty cool disco ball, isn't it?
Here, plug it in the phone.
Wait.
The mini queen is back.
That's it.
Hey, hey.
She's got herself a mobile
Boom,
disco ball. She can take it anywhere now. Y'all watch out.
Dun, 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 dun. Do you have anything you want to tell everybody?
I have an iPhone, and it has Orbeez in it, and they're not breakable.
They're non-breakable.
It's just
can't
the
break
little
it.
things in life, you guys.
Yeah.
If you press it too hard, it might break.
They're unbreakable, but if you press them too hard, they might break.
Well, that's a good example of everything. You know,
Oh,
the,
they're
the
not
little things.
breakable.
We
Mommy,
forget about the
these
little
are-
things when we get older.
Mommy, these are not breakable when you try to get
True.
one. If you squeeze them right here, it will just flood and go back to itself. And this is for my mom's.
Oh no, don't take that out. Yeah, keep that there, please.
Tell me why I ran to the
I need that
computer
back.
on this
Actually,
phone.
can you give that back to me?
Mom,
Thank you.
you put it on there. I never see you put it on there.
Those are blue light
Tell the
glasses.
story. Tell us a story.
Once upon
In
a
over here, into the microphone.
Once upon a time, there is a little girl named Red Riding Hood. She had to bring mother some honey, so her grandma needed honey, so she couldn't put it in her tea. Red Riding Hood went in the woods, and she found a wolf, and she said, "I'm gonna get that honey." And the wolf ate her grandma, and she said she walked to the house, and the wolf was the grandma, and also the grandma and the wolf wanted it, and he was trying to get it, and Red Riding Hood screamed, and then the wolf is dead, and the wolf is grandma is free.
And Grandma's free.
And
All right.
the end.
The end.
And
Dang, that was a good story. Thank you for sharing with us.
Now your
You're-
turn, Mom.
Oh, my story is for 18 and over only. So if you're under the age of 18, you need to leave the room. If you are under the age of 18.
Are you 18?
Oh my god.
Guess you're just gonna have to get out of here.
Ah. Mom.
I'm just kidding.
Ow.
All right, but it is time for her bedtime. So, I can either wrap this up with you now or leave you for a couple moments of aloneness.
We can wrap it up, and then we can always do this again. Like I said,
I'm always down. Enjoy.
I'm always up for just kickbacking and having conversations.
That should be that's so fun. Just kick back and relax. Okay, we're done with that.
No,
Yeah, that's a really When you asked me if I had a list of
Sponsored by
questions,
Operation.
observation.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Like,
I didn't
PayPal?
have any time to prepare for this at all, and I was so
You know,
anxious about it. And then you told me that, and I was like, yes, thank God.
Yeah.
There's no
Hey, this
expectations.
is my mouth.
I'm one of those that forget, because the first time we were on, I had a list of questions which we didn't get through anyways because they were all answered before I even got to ask them. But no, I've done away with the questions. It's just conversations. We just, like I said, it's just like going to, and sitting down, having a drink or a cup of coffee or something with your friends. It feels so much better that way.
Mommy, look what I did.
But now this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is what, if you have a family, if you have kids, if you have animals, even animals, if animals are your kids, which mine are, as you can tell, they're always right by me. You can see them in the background.
Oh,
But you always got to make time for everything else. Make time for your family. Make time for friends. Make time. That's just it. Make time. That will save your mental health more than what you can probably even imagine. It's just taking a couple of days, couple of hours.
and it just helps your relationships in general. Like, people aren't so frustrated, and it's just less strain in a lot of your relationships when you just put a little more effort towards them. Even though they need to understand that you have a lot going on just as much, but also know that if people are important enough to care about you like that, just don't forget to. Ow.
Sorry.
Stealing the stream.
Unbelievable.
The stream stealer.
Unbelievable.
If you're 6 years old, you gotta get out of here. Mommy, you gotta get out of here.
I'm not
We all.
16.
Hey, if you're 6 years old,
Well, you're the only one who's 6, so
I'm gonna be out here by myself.
unbelievable. All right, hold on. Mommy's gonna end now.
Hey.
So I need you. Listen, I know you're tired. Look at me. 3, 2, 1.
Ah!
Yeah,
Everly Tyler Ramirez.
yeah. But, like I said, this is
No, you got yourself stuck, first of all.
life in general. I mean, this is real life.
Now
Yeah,
you're
'cause she was telling me in the beginning, she's like, my daughter might come on and make an appearance. I was like, hey, this is what this whole series is about, is like real life, what happens in real life. So
Hey, hey, I know this is
there is
exciting.
nothing wrong with it.
I know this is exciting, but you need to listen to your mom. Are you hearing me?
Mhm.
Okay, well,
Do you
you're gonna
remember
end up
being
in a
that
corner
age?
if you're not hearing me.
Do you all
So
remember being that age?
it's just hearing me.
I have a hard time remember being that age, but I'm sure I was probably.
It's time for bed. So
I can just imagine my
clean up
parents.
everything that you got out over there, and I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna get off. Okay.
I feel so bad for my parents now that they went through some of the stuff when I was a little kid.
Just a quick little cleanup.
It was only 23 years ago for me.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
All
You're
right.
good.
Thank you for having me on. Time to go. Sing some
God bless
lullabies.
my mother. I know, right? It's what we were talking about. It's like, could you imagine, like, when we were kids, what we used to do to our mother and our parents?
Don't say that right now. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it right now. Now that I'm in the position, I don't want to know.
You know,
I
the whole
refuse this bad energy.
the whole thing, when your parents used to say, "Oh, you'll get the mother's curse or the parents' curse," you'll figure it out when you get older. But yeah,
I would tell more, but she's right in the other room and she'll hear everything.
yeah,
But more
we can do that for another
juicy
night.
details when
Yep.
she's at her dad's.
Ah, yeah, let's do it.
Not looking forward to the Valentine that I found in my daughter's backpack.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
6 years old.
Oh, is it from one of her friends?
Oh, yeah. A love letter.
Oh, it's already started. Oh, it started that. It starts that early. I remember that.
It's not allowed, dog. No.
You go through that. I remember I had crushes on when I was a kid. When I was about that age, I had crushes on the girls in my class. And then when you get a little bit over, it goes away. And then it comes back when you come back into middle school and high school.
Oh, it comes back in a different way in middle school and high school. Y'all become a different breed at that point. Then y'all are definitely staying away. I'm gonna greet every person with a cleaver, a meat cleaver at the door. Hey, come on in for dinner.
You're gonna be up. You're gonna be up all night.
Daughter.
Just like that song is, be up all night cleaning this gun.
So if you guys never hear from me ever again, it'll be when she's in middle school.
Nah,
it's
you're
not your
doing
fault.
good.
It's 100% you guys' fault.
You're doing a great job. I think you've got it. You'll do a great job with her. I don't think you'll have as much problems as you probably think you will.
If she's anything like me,
Well, like I said, you will have the
I'm
mother's
fucking
curse.
worried.
But
I know I said a bad word. You shouldn't be listening. Sorry.
There's a quarter in the jar, Mom.
I told you I'm broke. That's why. There's the reason right there. All right, I gotta go put her to bed. But thank you guys so much for having me. I've enjoyed every moment, dog. It's such a blessing having you in my corner. And